Yo, what's good people, it's your host Incognist, and today we're going to be doing a noob to pro kind of series on Industrialists, which is basically me just playing through it. How interesting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new world, and I'm going to leave it as it is. We'll leave difficulty, we'll do difficulty on normal just to be chill, and we'll create a new world just there, and we'll do noob to pro. The way I'm going to pan this out is I'm going to speak when I'm advancing things, building more things, and the rest of it is just going to be just time-lapsed. So there should be no cuts, and I'm going to have to remember that when I finish editing it. But hopefully I can allocate about an hour and a half, 2 hours to each episode to confine it to like a 20-30 minute video. So that's the plan moving forward. And let's get straight into it. So we need a truck depot to begin our adventure, which can hold 10 units. We need to create some pipes that just come out just like so, and we need solar power, so we'll crank up some solar right there. We'll build another one just because I can. Do we have a battery? No, I do not have a battery, so let's place a pole just about there. Connect these to the terminals. Connect it to red just for now. No, actually I'll connect it to both because I can. So they free, you didn't connect, there we go. And just like that, I'm going to place some coal mining drills in a line and have them all linked up with red power, which will be plenty of power to get these going. And then I'm just gonna get a freeway, or I can use any of them to be fair, but I prefer a junction. Holding shift and then just run them down, make sure the pipes are flowing the right way. Usually the one at the end messes up, but it hasn't here because we have directional pipe. Make sure those are inputting, outputting into there, and then we can drive this bad boy away, which I think he already has. So 10 coal, 52 doubloons, which is pretty nice. So what we need to do is we need to advance our things we can make, which means we need a water pump and we need the advanced extraction machines. But unfortunately, that takes research, which we don't really have. So we'll research batteries first, and we'll leave that as it is, and we'll get some research stations, and we'll start off with 3 of them, just like so. I'll place a battery just right there, link the battery up to all of these, and link this up to the battery. And now these are going to start working, giving us some research points. This is going to give us money, hopefully. And yeah, this is basically the starter farm that I run with. This is also being a bit delayed, but it's still shooting out with stuff, so I'm not too concerned with that. These just need to get to enough power, which to be honest is going to take a little while. So what I'll do is I'll delete this one here, which allows these two to get decent enough power to each of them. And with that, basically it's just a game of waiting, unfortunately. What we can do while I do wait though is, I believe, yeah, you can grind coal into black dye. I don't believe black dye sells for much more than what coal does. So we've got a coal is 522. Oh, you also need water as well, I believe, for the grinder. Just a bit annoying, but hey ho. Where is it? Where is dye? Or maybe you don't. Oh no, dye does sell for a bit more, only a smidge, but that's like 10k, so we're a ways away from that. The main thing is just to get all the power going. So what we're going to do, we're going to focus some power to this RP station, well, the battery, but we'll focus it to the RP stations for these ones. If they all reach, which they do, brilliant. And as soon as we can, we'll research wind technology because solar only works in daytime, obviously. So we're gonna have to get some power that runs 24/7. Just like that. I believe we already have one. That's what. Oh no, they're both working. That is brilliant. They should be working a bit quicker. Hopefully. Looks like it. So when those research points come in, which is any second now really, we can research wind energy theory and hopefully wind turbines. So yeah, wind energy theory, and look at that just. And now we'll place our wind turbines, which is one right there, and we'll place one just. Oh no, run out of money. Oh dear. We'll pop that in there though. That generates a lot more power than the solar power does, which makes sense obviously, but we'll have that generate another load, and I believe I can just probably place another one here, and that one will reach. Look at that, it's golden. So these two will earn, that one will earn, and then what we can do, we have 60 research points. Ideally I want to get a bigger air battery, but that's going to take a bit. So we'll get a groundwater pump researched, which allow us to unlock coal power plants eventually, which is way better for electricity. I believe it's 10,000 or 50,000 MF, which is miles better than what this is currently, to be honest. So I'm going to get my monies up a little bit. Oh, actually, let me extend this. How much is it? 50. Do I need to? Yeah, I do. Not by much time. Do that, change that. They all feed in. That's great. So I'm gonna let my money go up a little bit and let the RP go up too. We'll get that researched, and then I'll be back when I start hacking-a-jigging it. So we have a little bit more RP. What we're going to do, we're going to research coal generators. And we could do bigger coal power plants, but it just makes them more compact really. So we don't necessarily need to, and we want to do advanced extraction and copper. And then what we'll do is we'll quickly check how much copper is. I believe it should be in here. Yep, 190. So what we can do, we can remove all of these bad boys and replace them with copper drills, which gives us a little bit more money to play with. So the reason I remove these pipes is just because they might have coal in them. So I'll just remove them just to alleviate the coal. Otherwise the system will not run, which is a bit annoying, but we ball. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to build another one of these turbines, and I do not have enough money, so I got to wait. Actually, I might be able to reach it. Yeah, there you go, look at that. Can't reach using this one. So that will put copper into here. Copper sells for, I think, 8, 9. Let's check how much copper sells for. Copper ingot. Oh, never mind. Oh no, that's an ingot. I'll be right. Raw copper is basically the same, but you're able to make it into ingots, which is something we're going to do later on. And it is pitch black, and I cannot see a thing. Copper advanced. Now we don't need that. We just need to research this. With that researched and my ability to see still not being there, we'll place our coal generator just like so. And we need a water feed and we need a copper feed. So we need to get a ground pump, a ground water pump. We'll link it just like this, and then I'm going to click the purple and link it into there. It will also need power, and we'll get our coal drills and just turn it the right way and link that into there just like that, and link it to power if it reaches. Look at that, golden. And then with that, we have energy that we can then give to these, give to that. And while I'm at it, I may as well give it to that machine there, just to speed up things with research. Because these should, actually there's a little trick you can do. You can use that to empower these, which is basically infinitely powering these until this has too much of a slack in the system, basically meaning that there's too much power coming out of it. Until then, it'll work just fine. So we need an electric furnace and we need an ingot molder. Basically, I like for every 4 or 5 of these machines, I have an electric furnace. So if I have 10, there's 2, 3, 15, 4 for 20, so on and so forth. And for every 3 electric furnaces, is 1 ingot molder. So if you have 6 electric furnaces, that's 2, so on and so forth. And I like to cram it just over here, but I don't need to because I can just remove all this and then use that space, extra space. But now that the research is rolling, what I can do is research turbines. Actually, hold on a second. We'll do Van Depot. And from that, we'll do the... we could do SARS and tanks, but I don't really see a point. We do need these, but we're going to leave them for now because they're not a necessity just yet. Smaller water pump. Nah, ideally it's just all oil extraction. I don't know what that was so hard to say. I want the MV battery to help us with power. And what we'll do when we get, you know, the money rolling in with ingots, we will create a little system for the coal plant, because this makes a lot more electricity than anything else at the minute, which is the very, very important thing. So what we can do while we wait for that is prepare our electric furnace. So we want the output faced like so, the input on this side, output on that side. And then we want the ingot molder, which I am not got enough monies for. Let's hope that this copper gives me just enough. And the perk with this is that the setup, you don't really have to replace it, or you do have to delete it, which is a bit of a pain. But you can just swap it for iron or whatever else. Basically, we're using this to get enough money and enough RP to be able to unlock the modular tree farm, because that is where your money is going to be. That is easily going to take you from 1,000 to 10,000 straight into 100,000 to even 1,000,000 very quickly and very easily. Because if you haven't watched a video of the system I built for the chair farm, make sure you go watch it, click my channel, scroll through a little bit, you'll find the video. That is what we are going to do. So for those who didn't really understand it, make sure you stay tuned for the series pretty much, because all those setups I build will all be in there and they will all be explained again. So it's basically just a glorified tutorial just showing you how I progress and how I would if I was doing it again. So like now, pretty much just doing it again. So we're going to sell our ingots, our copper, raw copper, and that should now give us enough to be able to make this, which it does. Lovely. Now I can do this little thing where I just put it so close, and then all I do is press the number 3 on my keyboard, and if it would like to play ball, I can link it up. Come on. If you delete it really quick as well, you can sort of see. I placed it just off. There we go. So now if I do it. There you go. You see how no error message popped up when I did that? That means this is accepted. Not accepted. It's allowing it to flow through. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove all this, let all that copper just sink into the system really. I'll remove some of this as well while I'm at it. And what we'll do is we'll grab our junction pipes and I'm gonna link them all along just like this. And we need a 4-way. I'm gonna place a 4-way just there, make sure that this goes down. And then we're gonna place more pipe junctions just like so. From there, I'm gonna place a straight pipe, sorry. I'm in the wrong game if I'm talking about conveyors. We'll get a corner. I'm just pressing Q on my keyboard to get these pipes. Make sure these are all facing the right way. Drive the truck, obviously, because if I don't, it will bug up the system. You're not making any power because... Oh my, you're moving fast. You're not making any power because you're linked all there. Oh dear. There's lightning. We'll link that there. I believe you should reach just... Will you reach here though? Yes you will. Oh, that's brilliant that. So that's all linked up, that's linked up. We just need to link the copper up now. Copper, 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 copper. Where is my copper drill? There is my copper drills. We'll link all that up just like so and make sure that the pipes are actually going in. Just like that, you're going in, you're going in. Brilliant. So this should all be linked up as well. Well, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to watch it for a minute. Just to make sure that it's actually working, because you really cannot tell when it's linked in like this. Even if you just, you know, get your camera in the right position or try and wang your legs underneath, you can't really see. So I like to do this, just watching over it for a little bit until this starts working. And you'll know it starts working because that won't be full. This will keep on, you know, smelting materials. And then, oh, I didn't even power them. I'm an idiot. There we go, now it might work. But you can tell because this will have 0 out of 5 units, or it will have 5 out of 5 units depending on how many copper drills you decide to put on. And this will start leaking into here, showing you that it's doing something. Similar to this will smoke when it's actually smelting. And yeah. Also, I did this really quickly just to keep the pollution low, although when I do go and do add more of those generators, it is going to get smoky. So this is now working. This is working too, that is lovely. And 1 ingot of copper sells for grand reveal. Come on, how much do you sell for? 26. And you get that at, I would say, a little bit less rate than you would just raw copper, but I think the trade-off is better because you can just add on to this really. This system isn't overfilled at all. If anything, it's underfilled. I can easily add 2-3 more of these copper drills before I ever have an issue with the electric furnace. And if I do, what I do is I middle mouse button these, I extend those, middle mouse button this, place another one, and just have to move this back if I want to add to it, and include a junction pipe so that it can all flow through. So with this new setup going, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it play out. I may add some more copper drills if I can facilitate the funds for them, which I can't just yet, but when I do, I'll place some more copper drills so it can work a bit more effectively. So I'll see you all in a minute. back. I went for a little ride while I waited for all this to keep circulating me money. Totally wasn't forced out. Thanks, George. Anyway, now that I'm back from my little bike ride, motorbike ride, I don't ride little bikes anymore. We're going to go to research. I'm going to research. I'll leave that for now, really. I'll do modular trees because we do need those. We need that, and we need a craft assembler. For that we need iron, and then obviously we need that. Anything else while we're at it? Water pump theory. Nah. I mean, we do need it, but don't really need it just yet, unfortunately. So we'll just do all this. We can do a boiler. We can do advanced copper extraction. Same with coal. It really just stops the pollution, this does. So the whole point of it is not a lot, to be honest. We do need medium voltage, which I probably should have done, but I'm stupid. So now we have all this money, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear up this whole farm. Which sounds backwards intuitive, but just hear me out. And what we're going to start with is a coal drill. And we need coal drill. There you are. And we're going to do, actually no, first we actually need one of these, a compact coal power plant. And all we need to do is just turn it the right way. I believe it's this way. To see the outputs, which input for coal. Oh, does it not need water? Or is this bugged out? It might be bugged out because I believe it does need water. Actually, oh no, water comes from the side. Hold on, which side does it come from? I think my game is a little bugged, so I might have to rejoin. Because one of these are for coal, water, sorry. So I'll quickly rejoin. So while I'm rejoining it, if you are finding this helpful and quite fun, make sure you like and subscribe. And the outputs are still a bit bugged, so you know what I'll do, I'll just run coal through it. I'll just run coal through it. Where are you? Where is it? Where is it gone? Compact coal power plant. Oh, maybe it just does take coal. Oh well. That's alright. So what we'll do, we'll run a line of these. Just like so. And we'll have a row of these, just like that. We'll have these route upwards as well. Can place that a bit better. I'm not too fussed about pollution making and all that just yet. Real quick though, I will get some MV batteries just so we can power all of this. And solar, place some solar power down. Just like that, and we'll have that go into the battery. Just like so, so the battery's gaining a bit of power while we will do this. And then we need freeway pipes, which are not there, they'll be in the first section here. These pipe junctions are just like that. And rather than just like so, make sure they don't overfill like that, make sure they all face the right way, which these ones aren't. Yep, that looks all good to me. And what we'll do is we'll put a short pipe there, one of those there, one of those there, just like that. That will all flow. And we just need to change some of these into actually 4 ways. Just like that, make sure they all route upwards. Up, push it, do. The only other part is make sure they don't like do that. So we'll just have them route that way. So to go along, actually no, we need to go the other way. To make sure they actually flow into it. Just like so. This can get real confusing really quickly. So I do apologize if I'm skimping over a lot. I don't really know any other way to do it. Just like that, they'll be powered, and so should this. It does require a lot of units, but it should also give us a lot of power. And we'll have another MV battery. Place that just in front, just like so. And place all of those up like that. Now this should be getting a load of power, which it is. That's great. What we're going to do now is we could start working on our tree farm. But a tree farm, I was going to say it's expensive. It's not expensive really. The more expensive part is the sawmills and such. But we'll do it. What we'll do is we'll go baboosh, baboosh, and baboosh. And then we'll do similar. We'll start on this top one here. Just like so. And sort of follow this pattern. Now, I believe that's enough. We'll connect it up with pipes. Actually, we need a junction going that way. We'll have that running like so. And then another junction like so. Just make sure they're all facing the right way, which they are. And then we just need some of these in the corners, just like that. And then make sure the outputs are feeding correctly. And we'll put another one on these ones, just so I don't forget really. We'll round that up by 1. I'll have that feed near the center, have you feed near the center too. And I'll put a junction on there. No doubt I'll probably have more, so I'll put a junction on that one too. And a junction on this one too. So from there we'll add on, and we'll run that into a craft assembler in a minute. Actually, did I even unlock craft assemblers? I did, look at that. Magic. So what I'll do is I'll run the craft assembler there. Link this one into its correct output, which is this one here. One's planks, which is what we're going to be making. This one's nails, so we'll work on nails in a second. And what we'll do, actually no, we'll work on nails now just in case I found money. We need to do rollers, so we need iron nuggets into nails. So what we'll do is I'll position this just like so. Have that feed just like this. And then have that feed directly from an ingot molder, which we should have a spare because we did remove one. Yep, there we go. Place that just, that's the wrong way. Place the ingot molder like so. And that way we can just get a corner and like that. Make sure it goes the right way. Always make sure it goes the right way before you get too heavy-handed with it. Like that. That's all fine and dandy. And now we just need electric furnaces. So we'll start off with 1 just for now, make sure they're in line, and we want a liquid fluid pipe junction, which is this bad boy. We'll start here, go all the way down just like so. This allows us to add on to it later on anyway, so I'm not too bothered. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to create a line of iron drills, just like this. Actually no, just like this. We'll do 3 for now, just because we are running a bit low on money. We'll do junctions all the way down like so. And all the way along just like so. And then again, making sure they are all facing the right way and they're all receiving, which they are. Now we need our MV pole, the power pole pretty much. Where is my pole? MV, LV. Oh yeah, low voltage. Low voltage pole, bada bing, bada boom. We need another one as well, just a bit further down, and one about there. We'll link all of those up. What we'll do, we'll just link them up just like so. And hopefully this should power it to a point. I mean, it is going to be slow, but hopefully, just hopefully, it'll supply it with enough power. Which, yeah, it's going to be slow, but what can you do really? What can you do? So, we now need to build a tree farm controller, which is this contraption. And then we want a tree farm output, just about yay. We'll connect the pipes up as well. That's the wrong way, I'm an idiot. Got the pipes like this, perfect. And then we want a sprinkler, which we'll just place right there, really. We need one sprinkler, about there, and then we just need a thing that we can no longer afford. Oh, we'll drown our money just like that. There we go. And what I'll do is, because this will be making nails, we will just make a depot, just to make a bit of money, because didn't make a lot, clearly. Can I afford a van depot? 160, nope. I'll place one of these and that's alright. Just for the time being, I'll actually remove some of these so I can actually afford to just do this. There we go. Make sure they all go the right way and sell. Now these will get sell for pennies pretty much, which is unfortunate, but eventually we'll make quite good money. Hopefully. I mean, to be fair, we can, just for now, take this off and then just use the ingots. Oh, it's a fluid pipe, you idiot. We'll use that. Just like that. And that should be good enough. And now the ingot should make us a bit more. Yeah, 65 an ingot. So we'll use that money just to get enough. And then from that, we will continue with the tree farm. So while that keeps going on, I'll let the speed lapse continue. So all I've already done is I made sure that this is now feeding iron in here so I can get money. And I've added a bit more to the tree farm, just a little bit, added 2 sprinklers, a bit of an adjustment to this, where it actually feeds enough water. Oh, there you go, it feeds enough water, and we do need high voltage power. So I've set up the research stations again, but now we can see that this is working, that one's working. So now they're going to be split, and now that they split, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all of this pipe work and rebuild the craft assemblers. What I'm going to do as well is just link that, make sure that goes the right way. Oh yeah, I've added another electric furnace and another iron. And obviously because I don't have high voltage yet, I've had to craft up this thing. So let's route all this back together. We need the craft assembler. We'll search it because it's just quicker. And all I'll do is I'll put that just there. And route that there. Route this straight in and put a corner on this. Make sure that goes the right way. Any moment this should start working if I give it power. That'd probably be helpful. Give that power, that starts generating power. And that will give us the chairs. For chairs, I'm not too worried about it being sold quickly or anything. To sell for a cage and it'd take about 20 seconds to actually get made. So I'm just going to whack this here. Put that over there. Put a corner on there. And a corner on there. And the way I'm searching through these, like middle mouse button, clicking the pipe, and then just pressing Q to go through. So with that out the way, we will start making chairs when this has enough power, obviously. These are a lot of power, this boy does. So we can make another janky adjustment by just adding another MV poles. MV, LV, low voltage. Just like that, and add it to the battery, because the battery is making tons of power. And I believe I connected this from there we go. So that one's solely powering this bad boy here. So now we should get a bit more power sent to it, and any moment now, right, yep, there we go. It is now making a chair. It's making a chair. And the chair sells for 1k, which is brilliant. I believe this is power restricted, yep. So we do need MV power, which is just a theory. And then when we get 1,000 research points, we can do small MV poles, which will be a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a few more of these, just like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to link it to this battery. Try and get both of those in. Link it the right way would be helpful, really. And then just boop and boop. So 2 extra doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but it makes indeed difference. So I think for today, I'm going to leave that here. We have successfully made a slow but it works tree farm. We just need the RP. Oh, and we sold a chair. Look at that. So now we have money sorted. We have power sorted for a long while. Actually, I say a long while. No, it is a long while. Yeah, I'll be ages before that does. But just in case, because I'm a warrior, we'll do that. That way it definitely has enough power. So with that out of the way, this has been the episode 1 of Noob to Pro. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It may have been a bit boring, but this is what I would do if I was starting again, as you're seeing it live. Not efficient, not effective, but it works. It doesn't have to be efficient until you have it all sorted out and figured out. So just off the recording, all I've really done is I have researched the poles. Let me scroll over real quick. These small MVs and then the MV pole, and then just readjusted these and used those MV poles for that. That is all I've done off the recording. Oh, and I readjusted this pipe because this one was not feeding through. That was a rookie mistake on my part. But now that's holding charge. So the next course of action, we'll get straight to it, is I need to change the power over here. So I have to delete these poles because I'd like to use better poles. And I'm going to do the same for these ones as well. I'm going to delete those. I'll delete all of them while I'm at it, to be honest. This one should... Oh, yeah. Screw it, we'll delete them all. And we'll just use these poles here. These should be good enough to run all of them off. I hope. So we'll just swap those out, make sure these get fed. Just like so. We'll run that one over there as well. And we'll have this one do these here as well. And then link that to the battery, obviously. Build another one here, another one about there, and then one just over there, which should reach, yep, just like so. And then link this one up to the tree farm controller and all of the waters. There we go. And just like that, this should be getting a lot more power, so it should be working a little quicker because we are restricted on how much is actually coming through. But we should no longer be restricted on the power that these are now making. If anything, we're going to kill the battery first, which appears to be true. So, I think the next course of action might be to expand our power. Now that the research is researching and all that fancy stuff, we should be able to use not large turbines. Yeah, we do need to refine diesel, but I prefer gas burners, to be honest. Diesel generators are pretty much the next bet, the next best thing really, but that's a bit out of our way. Yeah, so we just need a bit more power really. And I think the best way to do that would be the geothermal plant, which is this one here, but that takes a lot of energy. Energy I do not really have today. So what I'll do instead is, I mean, we don't need a high voltage tower, to be honest with you. What can we do? This is new to me. I've never seen that before. What we can do is if we go over here again, we can do water filtering, which helps with other stuff. Mainly just need oil extraction, really. Because then that gives us the opportunity to be able to do the diesel refining and such. Just like that right there. So, I think that is our next course of action and our next way of getting more energy. Now all these systems are now pretty much producing to their max. But I think realistically we need to get a bit more money. And maybe expand our tree farm just a smidge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand this all a little bit more. That should be able to reach just like that. I'll place one down here now, that's not in the way. So that's our tree farm expanding. This has 4 in it. You have 6. You're restricted just a little bit. This one's really restricted. What I might do... How many planks we got in here? 3. It's not too bad, not too bad. How much is it going to cost us to build our oil extraction? 1,200 each. And that does dig out a lot of power, which is the issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build a few more of those. Hopefully they reach. You might be a problem. Yep. There we go. That reaches. Did that one reach? There we go, that one will reach. And all I gotta do is just link them up like so. Make sure they're all flowing the right way. And as it looks to be, should be. Which is great. What I'm going to do as well is I'm going to build a few more of these coal drills, link them all up, and flip the one at the end because that'll be feeding the wrong way. That looks alright. So, and it needs power obviously. So we'll link that up to power. And just like that, we'll be now giving more power to this battery. So, we have a decent chair farm going. We can make it better, but we do need more money and we need a little bit more RP and we need to focus on our power output. So with that, I'm going to research advanced coal and there's nothing else to really research other than an advanced MV pole. So I'm going to let this play out for a few minutes just to get a lot more money. And I think the goal is to expand this over here and expand a lot more money. So with that, I'll be back in a minute, boys. So while I was muted, all I did was increase the length of the research and added the power to it. And I researched just a few things. I actually kind of just forgot. But I need to research water pumps, water pump here that you see, which is 8,000 RP. So while that RP stuff keeps on going, I need to make this better, already. I need to make it a lot better. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna wait, how many, there you go. I'm gonna improve this, so I'm gonna make it a little bit longer, just like so, and I'm gonna do it as close to all these as I can. It should sort of line up. Doesn't matter if it comes out just a little bit, it's alright if it does. I'll actually just one block further out. Just like that, just so it can fit in. Oh, maybe not that fit in, but just like so. Once you get the hang of it, it sort of does become a lot easier. So now we have a load more planks being able to be made. We just need to get the power all the way down to them. So I'm just going to do the standard method that I've been doing, which is this. And I like to just sort of go up the tariff just to make sure I've done it right. And with that, what I'm going to do is grab these pipes, hold shift and run all the way down like that. And then delete the ones that don't make it anywhere. Because this should automatically feed. And the one that isn't is the one that actually connected to it. Although that one might actually be already connected, which is good. Which looks like it has, which is brilliant. It's exactly what we want. So they are getting no power because I didn't feed them anything. It's always handy. Just like this. And then all I need to do is actually I need to move you. Just out a little bit, just like that. There we go, and then sort of feed again. There we go. So now they will be getting power pretty slowly, but that's fast enough, really. And I'm gonna just grab this, and I'm gonna link all of those up with corners, just like this. Pretty much what I've been doing before. I looked a bit weird for a minute there. But that's alright, it works. Make sure they all feed the right way. Because the last thing you want is it not to do that. And then you find out when you've already divulged so much into it. And then we want 2 straights going off of each. Just like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run a straight one coming down. Leave a gap for a freeway. Just like that. And then grab ourselves a freeway junction. And then make sure that's all facing the right way. And I'm going to do the same for this one here because I might add on to it. So that is more sawmill capacity. The second part we need to do is because we're going to have a load more planks, we're going to need to sort this out just a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait for that to sell first, which I believe it has. So I'm going to get rid of it now. And we're going to grab 2 craft assemblers. And we're going to join them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go pop. And we're going to go a bit like that. Yeah, just like that. And I'll do like that. So the problem we're going to have here is that one of these pipes have to go through another pipe. So now we can go all the way around and be janky, but then we still need an intersect. So we need to research intersect pipes. And ideally we would like to use these ones. So we get better item pipes and then we have to wait for that. We'll do better fluid pipes while I'm at it as well, may as well. And what I'm going to do is we're going to try it with this. So we need blue to come through. Oh god, this is going to be janky. Okay. So, oh my, you can't even do it with these. Okay, we'll wait for 1,000 research points, or 5,000 research points, sorry. Which, to be fair, shouldn't take too long. But we'll speed it up because I'll just mess it up, yeah. I'll just hold shift and just keep building more of those. And then again, hold shift and just keep building more of those. And then run on back, make sure that that touches, make sure that touches. Do the same there. Just like that. And now these all will be getting power for research points. And in no time I'll have 5,000 so I can do the intersections properly. And we're going to need it anyway for diesel generation. So better now than never. We do need more power then. We are running low. So let's add a few more, just a few, you know. Not too many because too many would be silly. Just a few. connect that and make sure they are all facing the right way. You won't, and on that join to won't, but it is. That's okay. You're getting coal. That's great. And what I might do is let's find out how much these other coal things are going to cost. 1,000 each. Nah, we won't do that. What I'll do is I'll just extend the length of all these coal drills. And I'm stuck. Brilliant. There we go. And then just link them all to power. Really? We're not original around here, fellas. What can I say? Just like that, and then that should get a bit more power sent to it. Hopefully. And it actually starts generating. There we go. So now this should be getting a lot more power being sent. Although we are probably restricted on the size of the pole. Just something else I didn't really think about. So we'll research advanced pole. And we'll replace all these for advanced poles. Right there. Perfect. And then we'll just go da-dunk. Da-dunk. Da-douche. Da-douche. And link all those up. Just like that, and then that should be getting a lot more power sent to it. And it's dying! It's dying! Probably because it's not sucking enough power, to be honest with you. That could be the other issue. But these are getting power? Question mark. Why are you not getting powerful? Probably because you're not getting enough coal. I don't know how you're not getting enough coal, to be honest with you, but it's a mystery marvel to me. Let's see, is there one of these valves the wrong way around? You're feeding up. Yes, there is one. It's you. Any more? Facing the wrong way. No, but I don't look like it. But now they should have enough. And they should have power constantly running through it. Which means this should constantly have power. But it's dying, so... It's probably because I have too many of these research stations, if I'm being honest. But, that'll soon be gone when we get the intersection pipes, and because we just need a bit more money. Realistically. And then we're sorted. So yeah. I'll see you all in a minute when I got 5,000 research points. Now to get the intersection pipes. I've just quickly researched silos so I can have these pound up while I am waiting, so it doesn't stick up in the pipes, which means it will work straight out the gate and it will work beautifully. Fingers crossed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get our craft assemblers again, craft assemblers, and I'm actually, ooh, hello, try again, shall I? We're going to do it like this. So we have our output. I'm going to actually do this, and we'll have 3 of them. Why not? 3 is better than 1. And so what we'll do is we'll route all of the exits. So we need pipe junction, just like so. And we want a straight pipe and another straight pipe, just like so. And that's so we can add on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do sort of the inverse for this. And we'll have this route one way. And we'll have that sort of the same as well. What this should hopefully do is reduce the amount of intersection pipes that we have. And keep it all nice, tight and compact. We don't really need one here. So what we'll do is we'll have planks there, nails there, because I can just turn these and turn that one out a little bit more. Just makes a bit more sense really. And basically now that we have the research, we're going to research the intersection pipes just like so. And we're going to place them as I do. So we need to go to tier 2 because that's where they are going to be. And we need to go to where actually not tier 3, sorry. Go to the pipe intersections and connect the blues across rather than up. And how we are going to do this is... So that goes bum bum bum. Yeah, that goes bum bum bum. You can have a what's it, and then if that outer one is planks. Yeah, the outside is planks. So just like that, really. And I've run out of money. Wait, how much are these? God damn, they're 4,000 each. Oh my. Okay, well, that's a bit depressing. So I'll try and build this just so I can earn a bit of money. We place that there. Place a intersection like so, intersection like so, intersection like so. And I'll place another intersection like that, just so I can add to it. And we'll have the nails route all the way up. Does mean our output is going to be restricted. So what I'm actually going to do is just remove this one for now, just so I can place it here. So blue goes across, so we want to click on the blue, blue, and then to the conveyor. And then obviously the red goes through, is the way I like to remember this. So we can have the red to the red, red to the red, and then obviously blue, blue to the conveyor, the thing. And I'm actually going to replace this for now and just have that as a through and through, just so we can get some money back. And that should be fine, just like so. And then we want to route it around directly to the van. Oh, if I can get the right, there we go. So yeah, I want the van this time. I'll be in tier 2. Van depot. Just like that. We want one block gap between it, just in case. These should be fully functionals. And what I'm going to do is just go like this, route them down and give you a corner. And give you a corner, and then you should be feeding out like so. So now that's filling out with planks. The planks are going to go directly in there. Nails are going to go directly in there too. It is unfortunate. It's going to, you know, take a lot of our resource, but needs a must really, unfortunately. Let's see, actually, you know what I can do? I can stop this, I can stop that, because that's going to be full. That can hold 20, and then that's going to hold 100, so that'll be full. And then hopefully that should be enough to get us past the 4,000 mark, which means we can then start this one up and have those work pretty much. So we just need 4 planks to be made, which we've already got 2. Just need 2 more. It will go way faster when we have all this connected and set up, because the only thing that we're restricted on now, to my knowledge, is how many trees we actually have, which when we have the money we'll be able to remove all that and make it proper. And then the research should still continue, which actually I can remove a good old chunk of it now, because our power is probably going to be lacking. So we should be gaining a little bit of power now. We're bouncing. When it's making things, it's going to take a lot. So that's the other problem we're going to have when it all is working. How many we've got now? We have 4. Brilliant. We're going to sell. And oh, I need more. Actually, I need more. Do I need more? Yeah, I need one more. Damn it. That's annoying, but it's okay. It is all right. What I'm gonna do, I'm actually just gonna let it work for a little bit. I'll finish it all as one, to be honest. May as well. So yeah, I'll be back when I have 8, 9,000, 12,000, 12,000 probably. So I'll see you then, boys. So I'm just selling the last truckload, and what we can do is we need to build a intersection pipe just there, and our through and through is red, so through to red, through to red. We need to change this to a junction and have that go blue to blue, which means it goes through here as well. And then when this finally sells, we'll be able to put our final intersection pipe on this right here. And then that will be 3 craft assemblers to all of that. So there we go, just like that. Red to red, blue to blue, and then red to red. And connect the red to the outputs, just like that, like that, like that. Yep, that's all good and dandy. And nothing's crossing. Nope, that's great. So now we can quickly just make sure that's all linked, which this one isn't because we forgot to change that to a junction, just like that. And then change that to red, red and red and red, blah, 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 blah. Like that. And now if we do all of this and all of this, now all 3 of these should start working. This will work the most first, then it'll be this one, and then finally it'll be that one. As long as I have put the outputs in the right places. Yep, there we go. They're all fine. And by the time they finish crafting, it'll have enough in there to craft another set, then another set, then another set. So we're getting 3 chairs every 15 seconds. I don't know how long it takes to craft, actually. Let's see. It's either 8 or 20. 17 seconds it takes to craft. So every 17 seconds we're making 3 chairs, which means we're making 9 every minute or so. So 9,000 a minute, which works out at some big number a second, which works out to an even bigger number that I can't even count to. So with that newfound information and money being up, we should now have enough. No, we don't. We need 8,000, I think, actually. Yeah, we need 8,000. So what we can do first though is we can sort out this issue right here. So we're going to remove our water, just like that. Find out our operating area, which is right over here. So we're going to place 2, maybe 3 water tanks. Tree farm water tank. Yep, that's it. Just place them like so. They're still in range. Not enough cash. I'm broke. Let's still driving, that'll be alright. Okie dokie. So I do need a bit of cash flow for the pipes. Come on, sir, please stop driving. This is actually not giving me the money yet, which is entirely possible. Yeah, it hasn't given me the money yet. That'll be why. I'm dumb, I'm stupid. So we place a 3rd one just there. And then we have a water pump at the edge here, because it doesn't really need to be connected to much. So we'll have 6 of these water pumps. Ideally we want 2s, but we're in a pinch and it's okay for now. We just want the water junction pipes, and we're going to flow them all the way through. Yeah, not like that. Like that. There we go. And then make sure they all face the right way, which they are, which is brilliant. Have these the same as well. Have those flow just like so. This needs to be a 4-way. Then have that just connect there. Make sure they all go down. And then just follow the trail down like so. And they're all connected. Hopefully this reaches one at the end. If not, this could be sad. Damn it. That's okay, because we can just link one of these about. Will it fit? Yes, look at that. And then link those all up to power. Too far. I'm kidding. Ah, still too far. There we go. So now they should be getting power very slowly because the generators are naff. But that should still be in range. Oof, oh, look at that, just. Which means I can place another tree there. Place a sprinkler there as well, which means I can do 2 out again. Build a box around it. Just like so. And then a sprinkler just there. Because I'm sort of in a pinch. And that should be all good. I'll place a sprinkler about there. That should be good. We'll place one here too. It's a bit janky. I'm going to clean it up when I get a lot more money. There's no point doing it now, really. Because we're still using it just to harbour some more income. And maybe a sprinkler there would be nice. So I'm going to have gaps, I'm going to have all it looking funky, but that's okay. But then it should overload us with logs, really. So 18 logs in there, 16 in there, 24 in there. So yeah, we are a bit overcamped with planks, and we are low on nails as well. Are we restricted on the amount we're making, or yes we are. So we'll place 2 furnaces, follow the pattern along, make sure the pipes are flowing the right way, which they do appear to be, and that should be golden. That's fine, that's fine. Now these are still going the right way. Yep, they're all going the right way. And they're still getting power. Great. It's just I need to link it to this down here. And power, obviously. I need to link it to power. Make sure that's there. These are powered, so we'll be getting more. And then that should be enough to fill this consistently to get us more nails. So, with that should be getting a little bit water. Probably need a few more of these water pumps really, but actually no, we just need more power. That's all we need. So what we'll do now is we'll research for oil extraction, oil refining and stuff like that. So this here, we want that, and we want diesel refining, and then when we get 4,000 we want a diesel generator. Now this is going to take a lot of power, unfortunately, to run, but it gives you a lot of power in return. So it's okay. And really, I want to make more of these. So I'm actually going to delete all of these down here and redo it a bit differently. So what I'll do is I'll have it run ideally by the side. Fine, we'll do it a block in since the game wants to be a bit weird with it. So like that, and then something like this. Let me delete these solar real quick. Actually, I just had a genius idea. So if I do this, route them all coming downwards, we'll get rid of those while we're at it. And then I just built 4 ways. Yeah, I just built 4 ways. So pipe select 4 ways, holding shift, running all the way down. Make sure they feed into the machines, which they are. Perfect. Make sure they go face the right way. And then the other ones we missed face the right way too. If we did miss any, which I don't think we did. From that, I can literally just run a straight line like so. Feed that the right way, get coal generators. Oh, coal generators, no, not generators, just coal miners. And then run these going down like so. And then get the power poles. We'll have one coming down on each side. Like so. And what I'll do is I'll link all of these up to the pole. Look at my genius. It's working overtime really. So like that, and then I'm going to have a pole that runs upwards from these ones. Just like this. Oh, maybe it'd help if I connect them all. I hate when it does that. And just like that, and then link all of this to the coals. Just like so. And now, if the magic works, aka I put a windmill down because I've actually run out of power, and it's dark, wind turbine, and connect you to that, these should suddenly start pumping tons of power, is the idea. Once one of these starts smoking up, oh, it would help if I actually connect the outputs, wouldn't it? That would be handy. To be fair, the restriction on this is probably the pipe. So now some of these should be smoking, and when they're smoking, they should be working. Then I can link that to that, and boom boys, infinite power. I'm a genius, I know. But what I'll actually do is, these are still not making all the way down, which I'm pretty sure is down to the fact, like, these pipes are just a bit bad. Oh, well, we need a lot more coal. A lot more coal. So what I'll do is I'll build a hell of a lot more coal. Pollution maximum, guys. That's what we're going for. Holding shift, running all the way down, and just connect that up where it meets, which is there. And same with at the end here, I think, because I missed one. Yeah, this one here. And these ones. This one here too. That should be all. And then I'll just link this up a bit further. And then just go ham. Link all these up to power. They should add a feature where if you hold click, it automatically assigns all the power to it, because it does get a bit annoying to shift click it all. So that's being done, that's all good, it's all dandy. How many chairs have we got? We have 36, which means we have $36,000 reduced to play with. And now the power over here should be resolved. That's probably down to the fact I'm actually feeding from these. I'll leave it for now, really, to be honest. We just need money to do diesel generation, which we can do diesel generators there. Modular diesel engines are nice, but I won't need it really. We can do gasoline. No, we won't do gasoline, we'll sell it. Which means we do need a fluid truck. Where is fluid truck? Fluid truck, where are you? There we go, a liquid truck depot. Because that's where all of our gasoline is going to come from. So how much will it cost us to start diesel generating? 1,900. It shouldn't actually be too bad. We'll start it. We may as well, we have the power now. So, what we need is our oil. Which is probably in tier 2. Oil rig, yep. And we're going to run these in just a bit of a line like so. We want a liquid boiler, I believe. Yes, we want a liquid boiler. And we'll put 2 of those down. So that's where we'll put our crude oil. That will heat them up. And then where the outputs are on the side here, we'll put through a crude oil separator. Just like this. Now the problem with this is it does give out a residue, which we need to get rid of for the machine to work, which is why our fluid pipes come in handy. If you dump it into the ground, it will increase your pollution by a lot, so it's not really worth it. So what I'll do is get that researched, and let's link these up with the pipes, shall we? So we'll get a fluid pipe, just run them all down, make sure they all feed the correct way. Have these ones run to the side, make sure this one connects the right way as well. We'll just do that really. It's the lazy way. Link it up with corners, make sure the corners go the right way too. And just like that, we have those connected. So I'm going to connect up these as well if it all reaches, which it does. That's lovely. And we just want to connect that up now. So let's add it to the corners. Get these linked up in the corners, just like so. What am I doing actually? I need to. I can do a junction here. Link this up like so. Put a corner there. Make sure they are feeding the right way. Which this one isn't. Now it is. And then feed our crude oil into, no, not crude oil, sorry. Feed our residue into fluid silos. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a fluid silo here, here, and here. Link those all up. And then put our pipe to it. So one of these is the actual output we want. And we just want to put another corner there, feed it in, just like so. And now we have gasoline, which we'll sell. And we'll have crude diesel, which we just want to refine, I believe, once. Just to make it non-suckier diesel, pretty much. So we'll do that, directly link it, like so. Link it to power. I cannot reach. Just like so, link that to power. And then we have gasoline coming out of there. And that's going to be a problem. Alright, let me build that one block out further. There we go. Actually, I could have had it fed out there. That would have been fine. Oh well, done now. We'll have that feed into there. Da 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 da, like that. Just like so. This wants residue, so it wants to go over here. And connect up to this, just like so. Make sure that feeds into that. And that should all be fine and dandy. And then what we're going to do with our gasoline is we're going to come this way and then bring it out about there. Get a intersection pipe for fluids. Put it there. Red goes through. And we want this to go through like so. And we're going to link it up to a fluid truck, because we don't really need it. Fluid truck, if I search up fluid, there we go, and rotate it a little bit. We'll put it right there. Have that do that there, corner, and then another corner just there, feeding inwards. That all feeds the right way. And we'll sell what we get there, which is 20, which should sell for like 7 buckaroos, realistically. But we'll route this up as well. What we'll do is we'll get our diesel generator right there, and we'll feed that in with diesel, pretty much. So that could be a straight, that could be a straight, and that goes in and in. And just like that, we have electricity. And now with the power of magic and God on our side. Why am I using those poles? I'm dumb. Can do that, and just feed it down really. It does get a bit spaghetti, but again, I'm not in a position to really care. Feed it down, 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 and down. Into the battery. And now we have no problem with power. And just like that, our tree farm will be very happy. And our money will be very happy. So what I'm going to let that go on for a little bit longer. For a bit more money. So we can expand some other things. I'll be back with you in a minute. So all I've really done is added 2 more diesel generators, and I'm probably going to research a bigger battery while I'm at it. Or I can, nah, I'll do a battery. So what we'll do, we'll go Bardosh, and then we'll get the battery, which is a high voltage battery. Somewhere. Where are you? There you are. And then we'll just place it just there, feed that into there, have that feed out over there. Have this feed into here and refuse to feed into there, and just have all of these output into the identical places, just like so. And this should start draining power a little bit, and then pretty much when it starts losing power entirely, it'll be fine to delete. Which is good. So, with that newfound knowledge, what I am going to do is we can probably build more research stations. I'm not gonna, don't need to. I'm probably just going to focus on getting more money. So this is working at a decent rate. It could be faster, but I think it's alright for now. This generates enough power. And this works at, I'd say, an okay efficiency. Are we full here? Full there? Are we full here? No. Full. Semi-full. I think it's more of this, to be honest. Yeah. So we need better water pumps. That's what we need to focus on. Because these have 8 planks, 200 nails, 800, 200 nails, 200... Oh no, not a lot of nails in that one. Although we have a lot in the backup. That's because you're not even feeding, that'll be why. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Nails, nails. Nails. Alrighty, now the nails are out of the system. Could put the chairs back in there. It should have no more nails coming out of it. Hopefully. Because I think it's just bled, which is good. Those nails are going to be used. We are not making enough planks. That's what the problem is currently. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to delete this pole. Just move it in. Connect it all back up. Oh, it's bugging out on me. It's bugging out on me. There we go. These should be receiving enough power, but they're not. They're not. They're not! So the fix to that bad boy, what it is, I delete all these poles. And we swap them out for the proper poles that I should have been using. But I didn't, because I'm stupid. Stupid and simple I am. So we'll link that. Link. We'll move this over a little bit. That one will be fine there. It's not powering a Titan machine or anything of the sort. That should fit. And then we can have this one just shaken up over here. And have this one just like so. That links up. They link up. They link up. This one should be fine. Oh. Link this one up. Put it to these. That'd be alright there. And link this one up to the rest of these ones. And then link this one up to all of those. That's too far? Really? The janky method makes a return. This one will fit those. That'll be alright. And those there as well. Just needs to feed to the power. This needs to feed from one of the batteries. We'll do it from you, I think. And I'll link it to you as well. Now, all being good and dandy. No! Why? Why is it doing it to me? So I guess the next thing to research is better power. That's unfortunate, really. It is unfortunate. Because we don't need HMV power. We really don't. But I don't really see another way of doing it. Other than just individual. I do see another way, unfortunately. The janky method. It makes a return. Boom. Bump. Beep. Bump. Skibbity doo dab. Is it pretty? Nope. Will it work? Unfortunately, yeah. This is not getting enough power. I don't really know why. Because you need to be fed power, you are receiving power. Which is grand. Great and fantastic. But it's also sending out power. There we go. Look at that. We're all fixed and sorted. So with that found knowledge, what I can then do is extend this again to produce more planks. So what I ideally need to do is just build it like there, there and there. Oh, whoops. So that's in line. There, there, and there. Now that should keep us uncapped for a little while. Let's see. Make sure that's all connecting in. And as always, big old spaghetti method. Feed them. That should all be feeding the right way. Yep, they're getting logs. They're feeding the right way too. We just need to put those there. And put that there. And then just link them all up. It really is magic. And we need to give it power, obviously. Cannot forget the power. Because if you do, it won't work. That is so bugged. There we go, and magically all of these will start cutting logs, logs, and then plank and plank. Plank, crank. And then we know we're not filling up properly because these, well, you can test by looking at those. But this is not full, the one at the front. When that's full, when we know we need more craft assemblers. Which is why I like putting silos just after or before. So with that, we're going to sell those. And let's see how diesel is currently doing. Could we do more? Yeah, we could actually. Could definitely do a bit more crude oil. How's that looking? That's fine. So we're actually doing enough for burning them. The gold next, I think, is going to be... I think now it's just getting a lot of money. Also with the residue, you can literally just delete a silo and replace it. It contributes no pollution, nothing of the sort. So it's the best method to get rid of anything water-based that's polluting. So yeah. Oh my, we can actually put a lot more diesel in this. You are not getting a lot. Either that or it's just coming out a lot. That sounded wrong. Can I research anything better for power other than that? Oof, doesn't look like it. Could do gasoline generation, but it's a bit hit and go. I think research station 2 is the next thing in order. Doing a load of research and actually unlocking it. Because all we have next is these HMV poles, which, don't get me wrong, they're going to be good. We just need to unlock this theory, which is 9,000 research points. So our crooked and broken method shall be deployed again by placing a load of these and placing a load more of them. I'm done. There we go. And then just placing these poles a bit adjacent, like so. And then connecting all those up, connected to the next one. And the next one. And the next one. Just connect to as many as you can, really. You'll find out if they don't work because won't work. So there we go. That's going to produce a hell of a lot more. Well, it's going to take a lot more of electricity for one. For two, it will give us a lot more RP points. So these ones are going to be a bit slow, which is a bit unfortunate, which actually I can solve by doing this. I can fix it. Hopefully. That should work. So, with that, we now have a good, decent flow of money. Where is it? Where's it gone? There's so much stuff I can hardly find it. Reducing a good amount of chairs, and we should now have a little bit of a log of planks, because that is why it's going a bit slowly. It's because we're not getting enough planks, which now is probably the issue with oak logs coming all the way down. But all these are fine. Actually, it might be power. No, power's fine. Weird. These should all be connected in the right way anyway. Yep, they're fine. Now, the most efficient way of doing it is putting cut logs with 2 sawmills. I can't find a non-janky way to do it, so I don't do it. I just like to do it that's easy to see, easy to follow, easy to change and add on to. That's the way I like going with it. There's no point making it more difficult for myself. Really isn't. Let's sell the gasoline. We'll see how much the gasoline gets us, because it's just another stream of money. Gasoline is alright for money. It's not great for fuel, but if you're in a pinch, it'll do. But I just want to see how much this sells for. We have 66,000. What are we looking at, folks? What are we looking at? Drum roll. Oh god, it is taking a while. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Anytime now. Anytime today. If I had to guess, it'd be like 3,000-4,000 from 120 units, I think we had. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but considering that's our byproduct, it's alright. Come on, anytime I can still save 4,000. 4,000 for 130 units of gasoline, which is pretty good, considering it's nowhere near what we would produce. It's literally just the byproduct of the crude machine. But that's maxed out, whammed. This is whammed. So realistically, we'd put a fluid thing there, or we could just build another one of those. But firstly, we need to do this first, so we can actually extract all the power, so that can run effectively. But so yeah, we just need to do HMV poles. Sorry, I'm just losing my thoughts. But it's a lot of AFKing now, I think, leaving it as it is and just AFKing, because we won't run out of fuel. We now have an unlimited supply, because we produce more than we use. It's just we have no way of transferring it effectively and efficiently. So what we need to do is just wait for 9,000 RP research points to roll in, and we'll be sorted. Don't bother getting power rate calculator. Get a huge truck depot if you please. I don't really see a point in it, unless you make a lot of, like, I don't know, plates or things that get made into multiples when you put it into a machine. There's no point of it, really. It's just wasted RP, especially at the start of the game. So we sorted out power, which is one of my main goals of today. We now researched the HMV poles, so it is just a bit of waiting, really, unfortunately. Waiting for the research stations to research, in effect, which is going to take a little while. So I'll let that run on off the recording. I will not touch anything this time. I'll let it do its thing. And we are probably running low on nails now. Good flow of nails, it's alright. We'll have that drive. I'll have it run AFK. A for money, B for RP. So that we can replace all these power poles in our sink. Once we get 1 million, I'll demolish all of this. Make a good old diesel factory. A for power, and then sort out the pollution when we get enough RP. So that's all from me today. We did a decent amount to do with power, which it was pretty much the goal. So that's been episode 2 of Noob to Pro. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. And I'm not going to be around the bush. You can sort of see what's happening here. We have a buttload of pollution. So I'm just going to get straight to it, pretty much, fellas. I need to research a scrubber, but before I research a scrubber, we need a research station too. Because we're going to change all of these, because these are taking quite a bit of power. And so will these other research stations, but hopefully we'll see afterwards, because we'll have some scrubbers too. Basically, we're just going to remove all of these, all of those. Bada bing, bada boom. And we're going to replace them for these research station level 2s, which should be, actually, we're going to place this over here so we can see how much pollution we have. Link it up to power. And then really quickly, we'll just get these research stations going. Yeah, do all this. My brain's working at a capacity, boys. What capacity? I do not know, but not a good one. So we'll place these research stations just like that. We probably will be alright with just that. Link them all up to power. As well, they should get enough power. And these ones do need water. So what we'll do, how much pollution we're actually at? 64%. God. So these do need water. So we're going to get water going straight to those. And actually, we should be able to research better water. Water. Where is water? Where is our water? Come on. Water pump 2s as they are. 8,000. Damn it. Okay then, that's alright. We'll just use normal water for now. Water. Need a water pump. And I'll put one just set to maybe a bit more forward. 1 block out. Pump, 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 pump. Water, water, water. Link these coming all the way down, just like that. Even though I messed up quite a bit. One coming just a bit further down. And make sure these are all going the right way. Otherwise it won't do anything. And have them just link up. Like so. Link these to power. Just like that, we'll have research going. And we'll find out if it does go all the way down because they won't activate. Which it appears, apart from this here. Oh no, it's getting all the way down. We're around. So. Ideally it just wants water. I believe filtered water does give you more. But it's alright. And I believe our restriction is literally just to water, to be honest. So. When this gives us 8,000, which it has, we now research water pump 2s and swap this out for a water pump 2, which gives us a hell of a lot more water. We'll replace that for a 4-way, just because I'm lazy, no other reason. And that will give us a lot more water, so they should be pretty much always working. And what I can do is I can extend it. I will extend it. Just about there. And then do the same thing with the pipes like this. And just like that, we have a decent and concurrent flow of research points. So that's all we need to do for this. Now, we do need to take care of pollution. Pollution is a big and with what we're doing, so we need to get rid of that pollution as soon as possible, because a chair sells for what, 1,000? Yeah, 1,000. Where is it? There it is. So a chair sells for 1,000, so in theory I should get 10,000 from the chairs I am now selling. But realistically now, because of our pollution being bad, we will only get, I don't know, 95,000, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. 95,000? No, we'll get 9,500. I'm getting ahead of myself. But we'll get a lot less per chair, which is the problem. So we want to make sure our pollution is as low as we can get it all of the time. And any moment now, we should have our chairs come through. Yeah, so we sold 10 chairs, which should sell for 1,000 each, and we've lost 1,000. So for every 10 chairs, we lose 1,000 doubloons. So we do need to get this pollution sorted. And the way we do that is with scrubbers. Now what scrubbers do is what we had with the diesel generation farm. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. It's a Noob versus Pro series before this one. Or the videos before this one, sorry. What they do is they emit residue, and you can store that residue in silos and then just delete the silo after, I don't know, half an hour. Depends how many scrubbers you have. And it removes all the pollution from the ground, which then in turn removes it from the air. The problem we have is we are generating a lot of pollution via our generators like these here. So to fix that, let's get delete all. Pretty much. Because this is no longer a reliable way of getting power. We now rely on diesel generating. So, as you can see, it was at 65, now at 67, so we was getting a lot of pollution. Things like these, the electric furnaces and such, they don't emit too much pollution, if any at all. And neither really does oil. Oil doesn't give you that much pollution as much as what we was doing there. It was a stupid thing, and I just wanted it, to get a load of those sorted. But now we have decent generation of research, which means later on down the line we can research some of the big things while we do our builds, because now we have some of the money to do so. And also I did watch a little video about these, and I'm wrong. I'm very wrong. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it properly next time. Including better versions of the sawmill, because you do need a tree farm in general. Because as you get more advanced, you're going to use something called coke fuel. And it's way better. So like I say, it's way better, and it uses logs. So we will need to keep it anyway. So, with that being said, we now have enough for scrubbers. We're going to research the scrubbers, and we're going to place them down just over here. Because I've got nothing else better going on over here. Now, scrubbers I believe are quite a lot. Yeah, they're quite a lot. So we're going to place 2 of those. And if you was a better person than what I am, you would... Actually, we'll place 3. If you was a better person than what I was, you'd use distilled water. I am nowhere near researching that, I don't think. What am I going to do instead? Is I'm going to go research an HMV depot. I'm going to see how much this research is. 8,000. Is it worth it? Eh. Yeah, because it does double what these will do. But our current state of what we're doing, I'm just going to leave it. Oh my god, you really cannot see anything. Right, so we'll get our water pump 2. And what we're going to do is we're just going to feed our water in. Oh my days. Cannot see a thing. And what we'll do is we'll feed this coming out, coming out, coming out. And we'll just run this coming all the way down. Just like so. Make sure these go the right way. That wants to go that way, you want to go that way, and you are going the right way. Now what I'm going to do for this is I'm literally going to place a silo outside each and every one of these. Because, may as well. Just make sure to link those up, holding shift to click all those, and we need another one just about there. So we can put a silo in between. Now we're going to grab our silos. I think actually I can research better silos, so I don't have to keep coming back. No, I cannot. That's not a problem though. Let's get our silos. Do we have... I think that's the one, isn't it? I'll place it just a block out because it lets me know that it actually is flowing in there. Yep, like that, clearly. We'll just place it like this, and like this, and then make sure it... Wow, I'm going a bit slow today. Try again, shall I? Like that. Like that. And like that. And all we need to do is just feed it with water. And now, this should be scrubbing pollution from our base. Now, it will take a little while. But that's okay. It's now actually doing something. Where did I put the pollution meter? There it is. We're at 67. I guarantee by the end of this video we'll be closer to 30. Or hopefully even 0. But we need to get on with the other goal, which is replacing all of these stupid little power things with better power. HMVT. Now HMVT, 1 MMF versus 30,000 MF or 50k. Way better. There's not much to say about that. We'll make sure this residue is not building up. It's not, it's alright. We have a bit of gasoline there we can sell. So we do need to research a few other things. Now, oh, my game's bugged. Oh, there we go. So we could do a larger liquid truck. We don't really need it, to be honest. Fine. We're fine with those. We're alright. So we're just researching these, such as like natural gas theory, modular diesel engines, and industrial diesel refinery. But there is a method of making a lot of money, which involves a sand excavator, and all that fun stuff. But for now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make steel. Mine shaft drill is OP. I love it. Same with the foundry. I love it. It's so satisfying. But we'll get to that when we do. So yeah, as I was saying, we don't really need that, I don't believe. I've never used it. We could do with those, but really, nah. So, what we can do for a bit of side dish is go to diesel. Now, refined diesel, if you put it in the bottle, it's very good money. That's voice chat. If you just sell refined diesel, it's alright. And obviously if you just sell crude diesel, it sucks. But if you bottle refined diesel, it does make pretty good money. But our real money is going to be in the chairs. And also, the real money, it's going to be in ferro-aluminum magnets. Which these are brilliant, but we need to sort our power out if that's something we want to do. Which does mean eventually all of this is going to be taken apart and redone. But for now we're alright. So these are all backed up quite a bit, which tells me that we're either not crafting quick enough or we're backed up elsewhere. So you're full. Nails. We need more nails. Which probably means we need more iron. Yeah, let's need more iron. That's not too horrendous. All we do is build a 4 ways, coming all the way down here. Just like so, make sure they all face the right way. And just turn this around, pretty much. Like that. And then just make sure that output reaches, which it doesn't, which sucks. That one does, there we go. And so will that one. Perfect. And then we just link all that up to power. Now we're making a bit more iron, which means we get a bit more smelting going on. Realistically, I would change up how this is all going, but I've sort of started the method now. Method to my madness, so... Actually, you know what? I'll change it. What I'll do is I'll do this, and then I'm just going to run that along. And I've done it the wrong way, damn it. Oh, that's handy. So you can just hold shift and set these pipes to go all like that. Which is something I've actually just figured out. Oh my. Call me a noob. That is what the series is about after all. So we'll do that. Do that. Do that. Oh, I've disconnected it. Come on, connect. There we go. And then connect all that to power. Just like so. And now we should have no restriction really on iron production. Which means we should make a lot more nails. Which means we make a lot more chairs, which means we make a lot more money, which means blah 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 blah. This hurts my head. Anyway, we could do building more craft assemblers, but I think we're alright. Not until we have a hella big backlog of planks. Why did I build these? Oh, that's why I built those. That's alright then. Alright, so what else can we research? We can do water filtering, which I'm going to do actually. A bottling plant, which needs plastic molding, which means we've got to do this whole process for plastic bottles, which is not worth it really. We could do large diesel engines, which require filtered water, which do increase our power output. But I'm not gonna just yet. What can we progress with? Oil frackling, that's expensive. Nowhere near that point yet. Logic. Not yet. Not yet. I'm not ready for that headache. I need a tutorial for that for myself. We could do a power rate calculator, but that only works if we have one consistent flow of power, which we don't. Got everything coming out of everywhere. All that fun stuff. Let's just research everything that we really can. We do want long pipes because we do have a limit on how many pipes you can have. We are nowhere near it just yet. But if you want to do something like purple gold or batteries, you're going to need them. Tell you that for free. And it also helps with transferring hot water from the boilers. The longer the pipe, a less transfer of heat or something like that. Oh no, it's a real head tickler. Oh, I know what we need to do. Advanced stuff. It's like the industrial sawmills and the Mark II stuff. That's what we need. But we need a lot of money. There we go. Advanced assembler, which is 50,000 doubloons. Which needs oil fracking? Okay. Bit of a weird one to put it under, but hey, I'm not the judge of that. It'd be alright. So how are we doing for iron? Iron, good. Good. It's lacking a little bit. Why is that? It's all feeding properly. It's alright. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what our pollution is at the minute. It's probably not gone down a lot. Nah, it's not gone down at all. So let's do this then. Let's get a filtration plant. Right there. And which way does it output? Is it out to the side or the back to the back? Alright. It's not horrible. It's not ideal, but it's not horrible. And we'll just place a water. Sorry, water. Have that powered with that. Water. Water pump 2. We'll place it like that. And then I'll just place the fluid pipes like so. And then give you power, obviously, if you want it. Actually, I'll go replace that with that. This will probably be a bit better. Thinking about it. So that's gonna give us filtered water. Let's do a 4-way here because I'm weird like that. And place a corner just on there. Make sure it feeds the right way. It does, which is brilliant. So that means when this uses all that water, it should just go and use the filtered water. Whether it will or not is a different question, but we can hope. We can pray. And we are going to fill up these things with residue real quickly. Something I'm finding out. But we've got filtered water coming in there, backed up. We've got filtered water in here, backed up. Because we have a hell of a load of water backed up in there. So we'll do that, which means now that should be fine. Yeah, I'll just replace all that like so. And that'll be a load of filtered water. I'll just replace all of these ones. With that. And then there should feed. And then that's got water in it. That's got water there. That'll be fine. Dandy. And we are not doing great for power for it. The sink is down to the restriction of those. So, here comes the genius idea. HMVT bowl. Where have you gone? We'll place one just here. One somewhere over there that I can see. Place you like that. You really cannot see anything. Is why we need to fix that pollution. Just like so. And then we'll have another one coming all the way down. Just like that. Feed those. Oh god, I'm losing my voice. There we go. And then we'll just have this, all of that, have you, all of that. And just like magic, really, it should not be bottlenecked. But look at that. Call me a wizard. Call me a goddamn wizard, boys. Now our pollution should slowly but surely go down. I think when the pollution does hit 0, that's when I'm going to delete this all and redo it. Because A, I'll have the money to, and B, I'll be able to see. So, with that out of the way, we are good for power on that. We are... Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Chairs. We should be good for nails now. We could do with not another one of these. I think we're fine. I think I lied. Oh no, it is generally just the roller. Okay, well, what I'll do is get a roller and place it sort of just like this, and then like that. Actually no, I want it one block away. Either way it needs an insect, so that's a right back. Why is there a plane flying over my house? You probably hear it as well. It's loud. Oh, never mind, I got the wrong pipes. Whoopsie daisies. Oh, messing up now. There we go. Just like that. Bada bing, bada boom. That with a corner. I'm gonna do a janky method for this one because I'm lazy. In all honesty. Just corner, corner. Just like so. Link those the right way. Actually already appear to be, which is great. Just link it to power. Just like that boy's magic was born. Because I'm pretty sure we are making a good amount of liquid iron. Not enough that we're not like processing it quick enough. I think we can process it quick enough. I think it's just these run a bit slow for what we need now. As I said, once we've got the money rolling in, the RP, and the pollution is a bit gone, then this will all get redone and we'll do it properly. So we won't have to touch it for a real long time. So I'm interested in sand excavation because that's how we make ferroaluminum magnets. The problem for that is it is a long and janky process of doing it. It requires a lot of power. So we are going to have to redo our diesel. So we're going to leave it for now. Power poles we can leave. We could do a huge truck depot. I don't see a point unless you're making a lot of, you know, singular items. Then I don't see a point, but you know, getting that's way better. Iffy, but I think it's working. Yeah, I think that is sorted for now. These are getting good enough power too. Where are my scrubbers at? You. Why is that messing up? Scrubber. Look in the wrong place. Ugh. Go away, Roblox. There we go. Link me pipes again. And then just link the power again. Pretty much. Like so. And that will be spitting out residue now. Filled water. Filled water. All good. Just look at that. Do we have a backup? Hopefully we do. Yes, we do. That's good. We want it to be backed up. Which sounds stupid and backwards intuitive, but backup is good. That means if for whatever reason this loses power for a little bit, scrubbers will still work. Let's run over to our pollution meter somewhere here. There we go, 67. So I'm gonna let this run for a little bit. Let me get a bit more money and hopefully that goes down. And yeah, I'll be back when I'm at a good point with the RP and the money. So I've come to the realization that it's actually going to take a while. I've left it AFK for like 20 minutes and not even 1% has gone. So my fix for that, oh yeah, I researched a gold fluid thing and then I've linked to all the intersect pipes. But anyway, as I was saying, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place, I think, 3 more. Just like that. It's a bit janky when you place them, to be honest. Let's go place 4. Why not? We need them. And what we'll do, we'll run over to our chairs and have them sell because we should have... Guess we'll just sell that then. Fine. That's gonna be a problem then. What we'll do, we'll run this all the way down again. Just like so. And some straight pipes into these. Ensure that they're all feeding the right way. They appear to be. Link those up like that. We need to link this up. A bit like that. And then we'll have a junction, a junction, a junction, and a junction in case I add more. And I need a lot more money. We have a money problem. Actually, let me sell the gasoline. We should have a build up of that now. Hopefully that has power in it. 48, not a lot, but it'll do. It'll do. And I'm hoping that this should be enough for all of what I'm doing. I mean, it is backed up after all. I could probably do with another filtration plant. But I'll worry about that at another point. Yeah, no, we definitely do need another one, don't we? Alright. So what we can do, we can actually remove these. And just have a link with these pipes here. Just like so. Yeah, I did clock that, to be fair. We'll have that come out one more. And then link it up with a junction. Then we'll just have all these prepared so they can be linked. Like so. Blue goes through, is what my rule is. We haven't got any there, obviously. So we'll sell that, that should be enough, really. And we'll grab a junction. Place the junction here, blue goes through, red goes up. And when that sells, we should be able to place another one. Hopefully. These poles are 10,000 each, I believe, which means I probably cannot place any more. Pollution's still not going down incredibly quickly, and these filtration plants are 20,000 each, so we will need to build another one of those. But my main concern right now is not that. I'll be honest with you. What I can do is just do this. That should be a little bit of power. A little bit at a time. There we go, we'll feed that out. And then hopefully we should have more. think we are limited on nails. Oh no. Oh, we're limited on planks now. How have we managed that? Oh. Oh dear. Well, we're not limited on planks. We're limited on... That's freaky. Why is it doing that? Are we feeding all the way down? We have to run to the end. Yeah, we are feeding all the way down. Get enough power? Yeah, they get enough power. That is pretty odd. It's okay, we will be redoing it at some point, but I don't think we'd already be hooked up now. We at least had a little bit more to go. That's alright. We'll be okay. What am I doing? Chairs. Sell the chairs. Come back over here. Place our last thingy-ma-doo-dead. Oh, second to last, actually. Let's go sell the petrol. Wherever our petrol is. I don't know, I'm lost. Petrol has recently sold. Great. Ooh. Never mind. I thought I was onto something. Apparently not. So one thing to check. Are we still getting diesel in here? We are. What I'm thinking is I could sell this. How much is the fluid truck? Oh, it's cheap as anything. Just gotta do that, really. We'll still have enough diesel in the chain. It won't be a lot, but it'd be better. Because yeah, we are pretty logged up on fuels. Just that'll be enough. Sell that, that's 109 units of poor quality diesel. We'll see how much that returns us. If I was to guess, it'd be like just shy of 5,000. I'd be guessing. With that, let's place another one of our intersections. Just there, blue goes through, red goes up. Have we got a price for that diesel yet? Came in. Hopefully it's like 4,000 though, so I can build the last intersection pipe. Or should it just be like 110 pennies? Come in, come in. 2,000. Ah, that's not bad. What's that pollution? Yeah, pollution's going down. Yippee! Brilliant that. It does mean we do need another filtration plant because we're not going to be able to keep up. Residue will be fine for a long time now, which is what we hoped for. Yeah, we just need another filtration plant. We can use the same water, I believe, because we're backed up. Yeah, we can use the same water. That's fine. Let's place the last one of these. Blue through. It goes up. Well, let's say that. That's fine. Now we'll have the filtered water going in there. If it actually fed into it, that'd be nice. Maybe we don't need filtered water. Maybe we'll be fine. Just need power. We need another one of these HMV poles because they're actually really good. Which means we need 10,000 doubloons. Unless I can build this one closer. Which I probably can, but I can't see it clear enough to make that assumption. Ooh. Never mind. I thought I was on something. So those HMVT poles are 10,000. Which is a lot of money. Needs a must. And we do need it. Ooh, variants. Ooh. Yeah, we do need it. We'll place it when we can get 10,000 schmeckles. Which shouldn't take too long, to be fair. Because everything is running pretty nicely now. We have no power in there, and we have no more power in there either. Oh dear. So we do need to sort our power situation out, but more importantly, pollution first. Because if we have all this pollution, we'll make less money. Because this all works. I don't think there's a problem with power down here. I think there is a problem with just the power in general being transferred. I think we're generating a lot of power. We're just unable to send that power to the place it needs to be very quickly. Yeah. Actually, let me check it though. Let's check it. Check it. I grew up. Yeah. So this is that means it's not sending power anywhere. So these are all there's two that are effectively sending power. And then there's another two that are just sitting there idling pretty much. So we need to focus on that, which means we need to get one of those poles down there. But that does mean we need a little more money. Where did my chairs go? There they are. So what we can do is we'll let the chairs rack up a little bit of money. And then I'll buy those two HMVT poles. So, I'll see you in a minute, fellas. So, there we go. So, we have got the last, I just keep messing up over, yes, I do. Got the last bit of money coming in for the HMVTs. Stuck, there we go. So, we'll place one just around down here. And the money comes in any moment now. Come on, bing, 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 bing. While that does that, then we'll see what we can research. We can do. No use for that, really. Sand excavation we want eventually, so I'm just going to research that now. Got a HV battery. Yeah. Not a lot else other than just the useless ones that we need to unlock some of the useful ones. So, what we'll do is we'll now place that HMVT pole just down there, around about there. Link that all up, then link all these up to power so they run a lot more effectively. Which they probably won't because we are genuinely running out of power now. Which is not ideal. But it seems that we are. And we are going up back up in pollution again. So we need to get 10,000 more so that we can move the power from the diesel engines more effectively, pretty much. Because that is our main bottleneck, is the amount of power we're generating and not transferring. So, ooh, they're making more chairs. Let's have them sell. 4, 5, 6, 7. Nah, I won't take us over the edge. Should have waited, actually. I'm impatient. What can I say? While I'm impatient, let's get being useful, shall I? We'll do. We'll need that eventually. Paper mill, not really. Because paper doesn't really sell for that much. But what it makes, like dynamite. Or a present box, but that's pretty much gone now. Now I think you can still make them and sell them, but 50 really. Dynamite is more useful in the, not the foundry, the mineshaft drill. Mineshaft drill uses that and it can break faster, lower, quicker. Is the best way I can think to explain that. So yeah, I just need to get more power transferred and maybe build more diesel generators because we won't be restricted on much after that. I can delete that now anyway. As long as we're backlogged on diesel, which we appear to be. You're okay. Yeah, we're not sending enough power at all. I mean, this is filled. Don't get me wrong, but we need more. We need more power. just mainly need more money, really. Where is it? There it is. I'm going to wait for that chair to be crafted because I believe we're just going to be under it if I do sell it now. Which is a bit annoying because I think we are restricted on our planks because of our pollution. I think when our pollution reaches 0, we'll have a load more planks. There we go. We'll have them drive. And we'll run over, grab a HMVT pole, and hope and pray that it reaches all the way. Where are the diesel generators? That's the oil. Yeah, no, that's definitely not reaching all the way. So I need to build it about here anyway. Bit annoying. But what can you do? We'll have that. Any moment now we'll have enough. Any moment now I'll have enough. There we go. And then we'll just link all of those up to that. Delete this. And have that just feed to that. We'll give that some power now. So I can feed some of the batteries. That's getting a bit of charge, but not enough. Not enough to do much with these. But once we can build another one, then we'll be moving, I believe. So with that in mind, back to waiting for chairs to craft. So we've now got enough to purchase another HMVT tower, and we're just selling our last bit of chair right there. And we're just going to run over here. We probably need one more realistically, which is unfortunate. Let me try and place it in front of that and see if it reaches. Ooh, just. Where's our other one? Can we make it to the battery? Yeah, we can. Look at that. Perfect. So that's linked. We just need to, it should be linked here as well. Yep, linked there. And now these should be all draining like that, which is perfect and ideal. That's exactly what we want. So now it's doing all that. Have a little climb. This probably won't be filling up, but this should be filling up-ish. We do need to add a bit more power to it though, which we're going to do now. So we're going to add 2 more diesel generators. Link those up with this bad boy here. And it's too far. Damn it. There's a fix to that. The unfortunate fix is what I call it. There we go. There we go. And then we just need to link it up. Like so. And then that should be getting enough power. Enough diesel. Yeah, America. So as you can see, these are saying 0, which is good. That means they're not being overloaded or overfilled. This is exactly what we're looking for. And this should be receiving, one of these should be receiving a bit of power. But now, the real test is if we go to these scrubbers, are they full? And yes, they are. Which is brilliant. And if we check our pollution, we're hopefully down to 66. Yep, down to 66. Which means this is finally working to its max capacity, really. That it can currently allow. The only difference we have to make now is just adding a bit more diesel generator before we run out of diesel, pretty much. We'll sell that, which means we should be able to build another one. Or I'll just swap out for one of those poles. So what I can do is I could refine the diesel again. Is it needed? Yes and no. What ideally we need is 2 of these because we do have an abundance of sorts relating to the amount of diesel we're actually producing. So one of these I think costs 5,000. Let's see. No, it's not a separator, it's a refinery. Oh, it's only 1,000. Not too bad. What we'll do, we'll replace that. We'll place 2 diesel refineries. We'll place 1 there, 1 there. What we'll do is set a freeway. That will go straight in, so that's okay. Just like so. And then I'll just link this up like that. And that should be filling up with crude diesel 2. And then realistically, I'm just going to place another fluid silo back here. For that, and then an intersect just on this bit here. Because it's the easiest way I can think of it, to be honest. Blue goes through. That's how I'm going to remember it. I want a corner here. Corner there. And I want another corner just there. Link that in there, make sure it goes in. Red comes this way. And we want a corner on this. Straight after that. And then, oof. It's unfortunate, we have to remove that. Place that there and some straights coming down. And just like that, we have more diesel flowing through the system. And we do need to replace that now. So we'll place 1 here. What about there? Wasn't far off. Just like so. Not enough cash. I didn't place another one, did I? Oh, I might have done. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Place 1 just there. And then where is chairs? Chairs. Can't see nothing in this pollution. Should have enough to then build another one of those poles and some more generators. Because then once we sort that problem out, we're fine. Golden. Because we would probably restrict on this now. Yeah, so we're restricted on that. We're not restricted on these. It's great. So what we'll do, we'll delete this. Oh, I just realized I'm wasting space. Could do this. Then just start placing some down here. Big brain, yes. Brain is working at max efficiency, as you can tell. So all I gotta do is run that about there. Connect this up there. Connect you up. Place some more of the diesel boys. Connect that up with that one. Connect that up just there. These ones will probably take a little longer to gain because they don't have a hold, is what I'm going to call it. Don't have much of a hold. But that should be enough power. Definitely for now. As you can see, it's... I don't know. We're not logged. So we can still keep putting more on. It's just whether or not these are charging, which they are. Look at that. It's beautiful. The thing to remember is though, when a machine starts to work, it will suddenly drain a lot of power, which is why it's important to have batteries. So that abundance of power is always there, pretty much. And that's why you're not working. Didn't notice that. Probably running now. Any more that are like that? No, that seems to be the only one. It's good. It's not good, but what's it? So now we have a backlog of nails. Do we have a backlog of planks? No. In fact, we have the inverse. We have not enough planks. Which is probably because that one machine wasn't working. But now it is. It's alright. These... We could do it more efficiently by placing 2 on each. As in, like, for one oak cutter, there's 2 post cutters and then 2 plank cutters. Or we could do 3. But I think 3 would be a bit overkill. I'm just trying to think how an easy way of actually laying it all out would be. So where is this? So we're now at 65. So we are indeed dropping on pollution, which is magnificent. I think before I'm going to do anything else, I'm going to let the pollution drop all the way to 0. Which may mean that this might be the end of the video. But we have got the power working again efficiently as well. Now all I need is a bit of money, a bit of RP to research the right things. And then we're going to sort out our power and pollution properly. Because A, we should have enough money. B, we should have enough research. And C, hopefully, I'll just delete everything and restart it all pretty much. So that everything works a little bit more efficiently. So my goals were just, you know, sort the research stations out and sort the pollution out. Otherwise we'd lose a lot of money. I think next time, or when the pollution reaches 0, we should probably work on... we will be alright with plastics. Maybe gold or ferro-aluminum magnets. But that's going to be a lot of money. A lot of time. And... yeah, we just need to sort the pollution out. Maybe crankshaft, actually. How much is crankshaft? So let's find out. Crankshaft's, I believe, like 3,000. Oh no, gearbox I'm thinking of. Whoopsies. So a gearbox is plastic casing, a crankshaft. Which then you just need a steel rod out of an iron ingot in a roller, and a gear from the roller with its plates. Which are pretty easy. It's more just the iron ingots, because you need to put an iron ingot in a steel furnace with either coal or coke fuel. I'm going to do it with coke fuel, because you get more steel out of it. But to make coke fuel, you need to put our logs into a blast furnace with coal, and then use the coke fuel in the other blast furnace, which means we need a lot of money and a lot less pollution, so I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, that's working pretty fine. Hopefully with the setup now, I'll be able to get about 1 million if I leave it AFK. $1 million dues, and that's when I can start working on revamping it all. So I'm going to leave this AFK, maybe overnight, which will, you know, drop the pollution, definitely. And it'll get us the money and the research points. So I'm going to leave that as it is. I've been your host, Incognist, boys. Sorry for the underwhelming amount of stuff happening in this one, but the next one hopefully will be good. If you're not already, make sure you subscribe and like the video. I've now also got this membership stuff going on, so that basically means you see the uploads way before anyone else. So if that's something that you're interested in, feel free. You don't have to, obviously. You are given real money. But yeah. In today's episode, what I'm going to do is like episode 4, I think now. No, I've actually lost count. But basically, what we're going to do is we have a problem with power. Now, off the recording, I've added a few more of these to see if, you know, that would fix it. It hasn't. I'm still running pretty low on power. As you can see, this is not filling up. I've removed the other battery because the flow rate on that was horrible. And in turn, we are not getting enough power to this, which I don't believe is a restriction on these, because as you can see, it's nowhere near. I'm filling up. And same with this one. This one's getting no power at all. So, what we're going to do is we are going to just remove this whole section here. Right. Oh, also on our pollution, we're minus 144, which is not great, but it will live. So we're going to remove all this here. I'm going to remove all these low tier power poles because Don't really need them. I'm going to remove these as well. Actually, I'm just going to remove all of this, to be honest with you. All of that gone, bish, bash, and bosh. And another low tier power pot. We'll get rid of that as well. Do I have any more kicking around? No, don't think so. That's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place the high volt battery. Where is it? There it is. I'm going to place the battery. I'm going to place 2 of these for now. I'm going to link this one to this one. And this is going to be our feeder. And I'm going to place a solar farm to start just charging these batteries, really. There we go, just like that. So that will start giving them charge, so that when we're done, it will be able to be powered. We can return the power and not have any hiccups, pretty much. So what we'll do is we'll connect all this back up, just like so. And I don't believe there should be a bottleneck. Yeah, no, there shouldn't be a bottleneck with that. So that will fill up, and so will this one, which is great. That's ideal. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off with our oil pumps. Now, there they are. Oil rigs, even, sorry. So we're going to place... Okay. Going to place them in a line. About 20 of them. Yep. I was trying to hold shift click doing that. Why is it not working? Come on. There we go. About that. That's about 15 there. And what we're going to do is going to link them up using the tier 2 pipes now. And we're going to link them up holding shift, run all the way down, just like that, and then make sure the pipes are flowing the right way, which they appear to be, apart from you. We're going to middle mouse button that and put a corner on it. And what we're going to do from that is link this up to power on the rear. I'm going to do it as I go along, mainly because I will forget. Actually, let me do it a different way than that, because I believe that actually stiffs me. Let me do red for these, just like that. Oh, hold on. Why are you not connecting? There we go. Alright, so they're all connected. And now we need to get our crude oil boiler thingamadiddy? Did he do it? Where is it? Where is it gone? It's tier 2. I'm blind. Also, I forgot to mention, we're going to be using the large diesel engine. So this is going to cost at least $1 million. I'd say if you want a decent amount of money to go off of, 1.5 million is probably in the right ballpark for what I'm going to be building. So what I'm going to do is we need liquid boilers, first of all. First and foremost. And we're going to place, I think, 3 of those. So 1, 2... Actually, no, we'll do 4, may as well. Won't hurt us. Can't kill us. And we'll just do that. And... Oh, why did I do that for? There we go. Make sure they're all going the right way. And link those up to... Oh my god. Link those up like that. And obviously face the right way. And we'll link that up to power 2. I'm going to change the poles to blue. Just like that. And then we're going to link all those up to the front here. Just like this. And we're going to place 2 crude oil separators. Just like this. We'll put 1 there. And we'll put 1 there. A gap in the middle because I am weird. I mean, realistically, I could. Yeah, now we'll separate down the middle with this one here. So we'll have these 2 feed into this one here, and these 2 feed into this one over here. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to place a 4-way there, and I'll place a corner just here. And I'll link those up like so. Just like that. Make sure they are feeding the right way. And same sort of method with this. Just I'm going to link it up with a corner there. Corner there. Actually, no, I'm going to link it with a 3-way here. Just like that. Feed it that way. And then just put straights on these ones. It's not the most compact method, but I think it's the clearest. Which is how I want to keep these tutorials. I just want to keep them nice and clear. And we'll link them up with these poles here. Now we're probably going to need another pole. So I'm going to put one here, which is the perk of having a bit of a gap so I can fit some more stuff in places. So, straight out the gate we have residue we have to deal with, and we have gasoline to deal with. So, what we're going to do is going to get our pipes. We're going to get a short fluid pipe. And for the output of diesel, I'm going to put 2 on each on the edges. And for these residue pipes, I'm going to put a corner on that one and an intersect on that one. And I'm going to place a golden silo, or any fluid silo to be honest. I'll just place golden one so I don't have to worry about it for a while. I'll place a golden silo just there. And this is where we're going to route all of our residue. So, we need to link that up as well. Oh, we need to also have an output for gasoline. So, we'll also do the same for gasoline. I'm going to store it in a silo because what other point is there really? So, what we'll do is we'll have that feed up one and then over. Do that as well. And then just put a corner on there, and a straight on there, and have that feed in. So this one holds residue. This one will hold gasoline. Now we need some intersect pipes. Actually, I need a corner on here first. There we go. So we need to get a intersect, which is fluid intersect. There we go. And we want blue goes through and red goes up. So blue goes through and red goes up. I'll place that as a 3. Just like so. And then for gasoline, we just need 1 there. Same thing, blue goes through. Red goes up and blue goes through, just like that. And that is that one sorted out. Now we do need to include an intersect here. But I'm gonna line that all up after I've built the diesel refineries. So to make refined diesel, it's first start off as crude diesel, then it's poor quality diesel, then good quality, then refined. I believe that's the tiers. So that means we need 3 or 4 diesel refineries. Now the way I like to do it is I like placing 2 of each. So what I mean by that is I'm going to place 1. Place 3 to begin with at the start, like so. And then I'm going to place 2. So 1 here, 1 there, and then same up here as well. 1 there, and 1 there. Because what this means is from this output here, I can just feed the diesel straight up into that one there, and then just worry about lining the pipes up later. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this go here, we'll have a junction there, and that goes straight up, and we'll have a junction here. No, we won't have a junction here. And we're going to line those all up just like so. Do that, and do that. And just in case we want to add on, we'll put another junction there. No harm in that. And we'll put a junction up there. And then just make sure that these are feeding the right way before we keep going ham with it. And I like having a 1 block gap, which is a trend you might see a lot that I do. It is purely just so I can easily eyeball the intersections. So like this, because the residue is going to be floating downwards. So I am just going to put an intersect there, blue goes through, and then just do that, and then red goes down. That way I only have to link that bit up. Same with this one here. Blue to through, and then just red to red. And then from there, for the residue outputs on those, I just need to put a corner in, like that. And then reverse the corner for the diesel, just like so. And then that way I can just float the diesel all the way up. So, I now need to intersect more, because I'm dumb. So it's going to be a bit janky, but that's how I've always gone. And we're going to do blues through again with this, put a corner on that, and then have this go straight and put an intersect on that. And then red goes up, blue goes through. Like so. And then on this one, I just need to put 2 intersects on this one, and then just have that as a three-way junction. Red goes up and blue goes through. I don't know why I put one here. It's a bit stupid. Red to up. There we go, just like that. And that way this residue pipe's going to be feeding out. And then we just have to worry about this one here. So what we'll do is this. Place that down there. And I could, you know, botch it up nearby, but it's more effort than hassle, really. I just prefer doing it this way because it's a bit more simpler for me. I don't know if it's simpler for other people, but I hope so. Now we'll just make sure the parts go the right way. And put a reverse corner on this. And then we're going to use... Yeah, actually I'll do this. I'm going to keep this one tight to the refinery. And just like this. And I want a four-way here. One to go up, one to go along. And junction here, but I'm facing the wrong way because I'm an idiot. Actually, no, I'll put a four-way here just in case. And we'll do that there, and boom. And we'll just have these pipes run all the way down, like that. Have this pipe run all the way down, like that. So the one that would definitely be getting fed the most is this one here. And then this one will be sort of like a reserve tank sort of thing. Now, the other issue is we have more residue to get rid of. And the more fun and games. So before I actually do all that, I'm going to link the diesel all up. So, link that all up back up here. And the same thing over here. And then just link that all the way up. And then we can... I could just build another fluid tank, which is probably what I'm going to do. It's not the most money efficient method, but it will work. Alright. It saves me a headache. So we'll do that, and then we'll put this down, run this down, and put a corner on there. We'll put a corner just here. If I could build it the right way around, it'd be amazing, like that. Like so, and then nice and tight. Make sure they all flow into the silo. So that's those two taken care of, and that's just this one I need to take care of. Go the right way. Just like this. And just need a corner on there. That all flows nicely, and then we just need an intersection from down there. Blue goes through. And red goes up. And then just connect those pipes because they're for some reason not connected. So that's those ones taken care of, and then it's just this one here, which pretty much same method with all of this. Have it go down, side, and I'll just do the output for this one while I'm at it. Me as well. And we'll do that as well, just up there. Just like so. And then, to be fair, if I've got a big enough gap, there's a big enough gap. I'll put this down there. Connect it with green poles. And make sure it actually reaches the power pole here as well. Just like that. Perfect. Look at it, we're going great. Right, back to what I was saying about here. We need two intersections down here. To fit these. So we'll grab our intersection here, and blue goes through, and red goes up. In this case, red goes down. And then we'll place a corner, and straight into the silo. So with that out of the way, we just need to combine these. Which I'm going to do it like this. Just have it me up in the middle here. Now you may be wondering why I'm going to do this when I'm about to separate it again. Well, Don't ask me why, I don't know. So, we're out of the way. To power one of these big old diesel generators, let's place one real quick. We'll place it just there. To power one of these, we need our diesel, we need our filtered water, and we need machine oil. Now, without going with the steam crackling plants and all of that to get our machine oil, what we're going to do is if we go to recipes and we go to crude diesel, actually no, we'll click machine oil. If we scroll down, we see something called filtration plant, which makes us machine oil from refined diesel. So we split this again and we get our filtration plant, which we need anyway for filtered water. This means we'll need 2, which there it is. So what we'll do, we'll place one about yay. Yeah, I'll change what that is. Place one about there, and we'll place another one just there for water. Can I click on one of my water things? Yes, I can. I'm going to link the water right here because they'll fill up pretty quickly. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove this just down here. Link this all up to its respective places. Like so. And what we'll do is I'll link this up to what it wants to be. Which is just like so. And we will need an intersection for the water, which is okay. And we might also need to bring this around just a little bit. There we go. Come on, trying to click the base. There we go. Just like that. And then we'll use the yellow pole to power all that. So we'll link, that's all linked up to the machine oil. And then we just need to link this up to the water. Something a bit like that. And then we'll just need an intersection right there. And blue goes through, red goes up. So blue to through, red goes up. And just like that, we've linked up this machine. Now, with the power that we have generated, what we are going to do is I'm going to link that battery all up to power like so. And now this will all start working because we've already linked it all up to power. This should be getting enough crude diesel. It will fill up eventually, which is good. I'd rather it fill up than not have enough. And these are going to be 50-50 if I'm being honest with you. They might fill up, they might not. The way to fix that is just adding more of more pumps, which I am going to do actually, because I did say 20 at the beginning, which I know I was right on. I just didn't do it. Like so. Make sure that links up nicely, and then just link it up to the proper power. Like so. And now that should be enough crude to generate there. This should have some poor quality diesel. This should have some normal diesel, which then makes refined diesel. I never linked the pipe up. I never linked the pipe up. What's it? Right, now that'll work. Oh, I'm an idiot. So yeah, we've made refined diesel. And now, any moment, this will be obviously filling up with refined diesel. This is filtered water, and then this will get machine oil. And this will make us a load of power, which we can then use like so by just linking this up like that and following it down a bit like that, just like so, and then linking this up to the battery, which I'll link up to that one there as that is the feed-in one. And just like that, we'll be generating quite a bit of electricity. We obviously can make it better when obviously this all fills up, and hopefully it's all facing the right way. Yeah, it's facing the right way. Because these parts won't fill up until the one right at the end is full, which might take a little while. Means it might need some more oil rigs. So, which isn't a bad thing. It's actually pretty good that it needs more. And that'll be filling up with that. That's great. That's getting enough. And this is getting enough as well. In fact, we can't even get enough power out of it. But that's good that we're actually got decent power. Sorry about this, boys. I'm a bit sick at the minute. Let me link this battery up to that as well, so that we can actually start using some of our power to make sure we're not in a deficit. Which I believe we are not in a deficit. That's good. Which I probably thanks to this a little bit. And obviously we'll link it up to research, so we can do some research as well. So that is how I do the large diesel engines. I'd usually add more. And I probably will add more. Yeah, I probably will. But literally the only change I'll do now is, if anything, I'll change these to 4 ways. Like, like so. Which I don't know why I didn't do in the first place, to be honest with you. Then, to make sure they're all floating the right way, I'm just going to hold shift and just do this. Like that. That way they're all facing the right way. And I'm going to turn this around and then just place them all like this. And then just link up the red pole to all of those oil rigs. Like so. Because these pipes down here are not filling up. Which I want them to. I want them to fill up. Because then these fill up. And then when they fill up, we get more diesel. Which, to be fair, it looks like now we're in a good spot with it. Which is great. That's all good. We've got gasoline in there, residue in there. More residue in here. These are filling up a bit iffily, but I think we're making a good amount. I think if I didn't have to filter it, we'd have a lot more refined diesel, obviously. So that's that'll probably be down to what we do next time. To be fair, we do make a lot more machine oil than we do anything else. I need to learn how to use a bypasser. I think that's what I need to do. Because that would help with this setup a lot. Anyway, that's how I would do a large diesel engine. Hopefully you enjoyed. If it was helpful, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, fellas. Peace.